Welcome to Great Talk and Entertainment. I'm your host, KJ, and this is the YouTube channel where I review movies and TV shows from all your favorite superheroes, including Marvel Comics, DC Comics, and much more. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Great Talk and Entertainment official channel. Now let's go, baby. Welcome back to the YouTube channel, everyone. My name is KJ, and today is my spoiler review for as I continue on for the new series on Netflix called The Abandons. This is my episode 5 spoiler review. So if you have not seen this show, please pause this, and before you go, could you hit the thumbs up button, aka the like button? That would help my YouTube channel out, and I thank you guys in advance. Come back and let me know in the comments below what you think about episode 5 of Netflix's series, The Abandons. I would love to hear how you feel about it and your theories. So please, please, please put those in the comments below. So again, this is a spoiler review. Y'all been warned. Now, let's get into it. This episode continues on as it seems to that Constance believes how her son has passed away. That's what it seems like. And we see through this episode people feeling guilty as the love between Garrett and Trisha, or not Garrett, but Miller and Trisha, as the funeral's going on, some bandits show up already just killing the bartender as this funeral is going on. And then it gets very dangerous as the Russian who took the weapons from the bandits from the last episode, they wanted that stuff back now. But before the Russian man can speak and snitch, right? Jack started shooting. Winston started too, as well. As the shooting gets very dangerous, innocent people did get, shot, but some got out a lot safely. And Winston's there, and he's just really good. And in the aftermath, people are stunned and sad, and shocked to what happened, as innocence did again get in the crossfire. Winston explains to his daughter about the life he had before he met his daughter, but he didn't tell her everything about it. But that's a whole different story that reveals later on in this season. The whole Vanwell family wanted to talk to the Abandons. Constance and Fiona had a private conversation, and oh my gosh, the acting between these two women was amazing. If they don't win an Oscar for this series, these women, I think the wrong people in the Oscars, or in the wrong people. They need to fire them, replace them, because these two women, wow, beautiful, loved it. And we see the way they showed the right emotion for each word, each sentence, each conversation, each topic that they were going to lay out, right? Because Constance offered Fiona a business offer, selling 49% of the land. Fiona and then she offered Fiona all she wants is about 25%, not the whole land of Fiona's, but just enough. And offering her, trails, ways to do more business, offer her, Fiona, an opportunity for her side of the business to grow and prosper in cash or silver, whatever the era it was for that. But, it was very intriguing, but it seems like Constance is willing to put her difference to a side. And so these two women had a lot to think about. too as well, especially Fiona, because she gathered everyone to explain to everyone that about this, and they were all going to have to vote to sell some of this stuff. Sticks, not to sell. Stones, let it happen, right? While that's all happening, the sheriff shows up and talks to Constance, and he's like, "Look, I'm gonna quit if the rules keeps changing, right?" And then, with that being said, because this shows like, hey, this sheriff has a limit. Like he's like, "Look, I turn the other cheek away a lot of times, and I know when to, but this is going too far, and this is like putting him in a position where he has to be the good guy. He has to be on team the law, right? And because innocent people cross fires. So, the Van Wills family wants to do it right. But again, it's all about their family at the end of this. So we see that because check out this. In the next scene, the son decides to visit and snoop around about Waston's daughter. And he sees Waston's daughter, and he wanted to know a little bit more info about Waston. And she doesn't really know, and she seems very innocent. Because, again, the daughter doesn't really know about her daddy, but Garrett wants to know about him. So I think he lets, like, the deputy sheriff know, like, hey, I need to get some information. And he's going to get some information on Winston, I should say, sorry. Winston, who has a dark path, or he used to be somebody. I think I bet you he has a bounty on his head too. And I think Garrett is the guy who's gonna like get that information. And I also think they're setting up the idea of like Garrett's gonna get corrupted, because throughout the most of these episodes, he seems like an honest guy who just wants to do right, and he's kind of clueless to his own mother's big plan, big idea, big scheme. But I think this is the tipping point to, get him to corrupt. It's like the white knight turning dark to a dark knight. And also in this episode, we see Miller let Trisha know that they voted yes, and then they got busy. The hanky-panky, right? But then things started changing. New troubles pop up as Trisha's brother hears the moaning and the love making between Miller and Trisha. And boy, I don't know why, but Garrett went to a prostitution house, and he wanted the main boss / the older woman, and they got busy. Well, because it's kind of like one's gonna lose everything and one's gonna got nothing to lose type situation on both sides of the family from each different character. And Fiona and Constant meet up to the agreement, but that all stopped when they talked about how they don't trust each other, and Constance answered Fiona's question, and she answered them very honestly and let them know, like, well, yeah, I did that part, not me, had nothing to do with it. And then when Constant asked Fiona about if she lied about William, that's when Fiona knew that she can't trust this woman. And so even though everybody voted, yes, let's sell this, let's sell a piece of the land, Fiona told her, no, we ain't doing the deal. And that's how that show ended, because, boy, that's how to me, that these two women really, really go by their mother instincts, because a mother instinct knows when a person's lying. They know when a person's not up to good, and they can pretty much sniff out the bullshit, the BS. And I think this is a prime example of two alpha women who don't want to be messed around. And if you mess around, you're going to find out. Because I think, consent, as I knew that woman didn't, I think she didn't believe that guy was William. And Fiona knows it. And now things are heating up. And the way she told her no, I was like, damn. Like, I don't know what's going to happen next, but this is where shit hits the fan. Like, Fiona's scared because this woman is going to get her revenge. And, you know, one mother is going to literally destroy everything, you know, for the honoring of William. Because think about it. She buried, quote unquote, the fake William, not next to her father, not next to nobody else, like the grandpa or anything. You're like, I just put it next to her grandma. Like, damn. So she knew. Just by mother instinct, she knew. She wasn't playing around. But she said, okay, she did this deal to figure out if she can catch Fiona in a lie. And I think she did. Because it wasn't hard for her. She just had to ask her about it the way she can do it. Because the way she asked Fiona backed her in the corner in a way, because the way she worded it, the way she said it, if Fiona answered, she a liar. But if she didn't answer, then she knew. Then Fiona was telling the truth by being silent. But Fiona said, don't know about it. And that told a lot. Can't trust each other. Fiona really can't trust this woman, but Constance cannot trust Fiona. And now we're going to see who burns who. Somebody's going to burn the world upside down, burn the world and flip it upside down. Which mama's going to do it? Which family is going to rise above this? So things got intense. Jealousy is going on. Love and trust is going to be broken. Like, oh my God, I can see it now. Trisha is going to be heartbroken. Trisha is going to be sad. Miller is going to be more upset about his mom. But Miller also has to man up and own up. Because if he loves Trisha, because doing the boom boom is one thing, but if you want to keep on doing the boom boom with each other, Miller has to be a man. He has to be the boyfriend. Say, listen, babe, my family and I, we did this thing. But we'll see if he does it. Like the test, this love is going to be tested, and I think it's going to fail. I think the next episode 6, I think they're going to break up. Now, why did Garrett go make love to this prostitution? I think it's called a brothel house. And why did he pick this one? I'm curious because they showed her in other episodes, but they didn't really give us much info about it. And again, I think they cut some scenes out to shorten these episodes. That's why there's only 7 episodes, but I wonder why he picked her. And it sucks that I feel like they're not going to really elaborate or have scenes like a background flash, because they give us flashbacks, right, throughout these episodes. But I want to see a flashback of why Garrett picked this particular woman. Like, I can just assume that he has mom issues. That's why he picks older women. But I want to know if there's like a particular reason why. Like, have they done the deed before when he was like a teenager or something? Like, what's the reason? Or maybe this woman had an affair with Garrett's dad, and maybe that's why he's not in the picture. You know, I don't know, man. Hoes be hoes sometimes, but I wonder. But I feel like they cut it out. I feel like they cut the scenes out just for editing purposing or financial budgeting reasons. But I don't think they're going to answer that. I feel like that scene doesn't make sense. The scene of, Garrett Rock hearing his sister doing the nasty, that's one thing. But for that other scene, for him just to, I don't really know. So we'll find out. We'll see. But this was crazy. This was crazy. I love when the two main characters, the both moms for each family, they have a verbal, like, get in your head type battle, and it's like they both play chess, and they're both good at it because they're both queens. They're queens, and they're both mommy. They're both mothers. They're both baddies, and this episode was really good. Besides, again, the thing I just nitpick about the Garrett. Like, I get it. Like, it's like, but why? So why didn't he make love to this particular? And I feel like they're not going to really answer it. That's my only nitpick about it. But other than that, if I had to give this, which I am, a 1 out of 10, I'm going to give this a solid 7. This was a better episode. This explained more, but this revealed and unveiled some things about this. And they finally, obviously, they made sure that the other stories, especially the love story of Trisha and Miller, it had that happy ending. No pun intended. Well, I lied. Pun intended. They did have their love-making happy ending. But now the honeymoon is probably over. And now the heartbreaks begin. So we'll see what's going to happen next. But I'm pretty sure it's kind of obvious to me that this relationship between Trisha and Miller is definitely going to be over in episode 6. So really good, really good. They put the bow on it. And here's the deeper meaning, just to not make fun of it. But this is foreshadowing, like, here's a life that they could have had, but since, Miller was a part of hiding a murder, obviously he was protecting his sister, and it shows like both families are going to protect their family members. The Van Wilson family will protect them, and the abandoned family will protect them. The two big brothers will protect their sister, but they're also gonna teach their sister the harsh reality of, we got to do what we have to do, or we got to do what we got to do. And that's a prime example. And when an older brother feels like them always doing the right thing is this a slap in the face type moment, they're going to go rogue at times. And now Garrett is going rogue. And of course, the white knight of the Van Wilson family, Garrett, the big brother, he's going to turn into the Dark Knight now, because now he said F it, and he's just going to do what he's got to do. And I think that's what Garrett mother wanted him to be. He wanted him to stop being soft in her mind. And this is the way she's got to teach him. So I think this is all her planned. I think she planned this. I think she knew. They're very smart women. So that's why I like this episode. But that's my spoiler review. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Great Talking Entertainment official channel. Subscribe. Hit that notification button so you can always be updated with all my latest content. Thank you guys. And peace